So here's a little update. I haven't done very much, mostly because I hurt myself. I crashed my motorcycle and busted my collarbone. I got a steel collarbone now and fractured my scapula. And so it's kind of hard to work on this thing with one arm. Ready for that to get better. But anyway, I yanked the condenser off the roof. Didn't need that anymore. I put the one from the Freightliner on instead, and it sits in front of the radiator here. And then I ran new pressure lines, high and low pressure, inside from the evaporator down to the outside of the bus here. So my plan is actually to put a big wing out there just for fun. Thought that might look kind of cool, but I haven't done that yet. Still have to deal with the jacks, the leveling jacks. I'm not sure where to put these controls, which is why they're sitting here. I will figure that out. We'll probably go into the dash somewhere, I guess. I had them up on the dash initially, and as you might have seen in an earlier video, I pulled them out again. This is the, I think I've shown these before, but these are the start batteries. I got 3 truck start batteries, and they're connected to this little smart relay. I don't know if you can see the little red light there in the bottom left corner. But so the 2 big heavy red cables, the one runs to the relay from the house batteries that power everything in the bus, and the other one runs from these start batteries. And when the bus is hooked up to a charger, either solar or the alternator or 110 or what have you, the 2 sides are linked. So that relay connects the 2 sides and everything gets charged at once. And then when you draw the house batteries down, when the voltage gets below something like 12.3 or thereabouts, or 50%, it disconnects the start batteries so that you can always fire the thing up. And then it just delinks them, so then you can draw the house batteries down without drawing the start batteries down any further. And I put my big new rubber on. The little 22 5s were just squashed, so I got these big heavy steer tires. I got these actually, I had a search on Craigslist and these popped up, and it was a guy changed them out on his big new motorhome, and they were 4 years old. So for me, because I'm cheap, that gives me another 6 years of life. I try to change them every 10 or so, and I don't usually buy new because they're so damn expensive, but I got these for $500 for the pair. They're Toyos. They're a pretty decent tire. They're 315/80 22 5s, and they're probably a little heavier than I need, but I added 1,000 pounds to the front end, so I needed to beef up the tires to make sure it would take it. That also gave me another almost 2 inches of clearance onto the front, because the pan is actually sitting on air right now. I don't know if you can see that. We've got about 12 inches of clearance with this thing aired up to travel height. So I had about 10 until I put these new tires on, and that bumped it up a little bit, which was pretty helpful. And these are my house batteries. I don't know if I've shown these before. Don't remember. So these are actually UPS batteries, Universal Power Supply batteries, that I bought, again, used just for fun. They're big, heavy, deep cycles, and they're designed to run computer systems in the event that the power goes off, that people don't lose their work. So they power these big computer server rooms, and they change them out regularly to make sure that they don't have any dead batteries. So they usually change them out substantially before they're dead. So these are good for about 8 to 10 years, and these particular ones are 2016 dates, so I should get another 3-4 years out of them. And I paid about $100 each. I got 3 of them. That gives me 600-ish, more like 700 amps of 12 volt power. And the little blue guy there is a new addition. I just threw that on a couple weeks ago. Got a little blue light flashing there. and that disconnects this set from the house if the house voltage drops below about 11.9, I think, or just below 12. So someone came along and unplugged the bus, and I went in there one day, and these were down to 11.2 or 3, which is basically depleted. I don't like that. It's hard on the batteries. So I found that little guy, and I threw that in, and now if it happens again, these will disconnect at about 50%, and it won't kill my batteries. I'll just discover that I go in there and the lights won't come on. And that's my charge controller. I got a solar panel on the roof. Only got one, a big house panel. It's like 350 volt house panel. And I've got two 45 amp 3-stage chargers there. Yeah, so that's where I am on the outside. Yeah, so it's going to be a little while before I can get at this thing. I was kind of hoping to have it done this summer, but it's not to be.